Urgent weather alert. Brace for historic freeze. A historic cold front is sweeping across the nation, bringing with it unprecedented low temperatures and severe winter conditions. This is a weather event unlike any we've seen in recent years. Get ready, America. A blast of Arctic air is about to hit us. This isn't just a typical winter chill. It's a powerful surge of frigid air that will plunge temperatures to dangerous levels. The Arctic cold front is moving rapidly, and its effects will be felt far and wide. It's called a polar vortex. This phenomenon occurs when the polar jet stream weakens, allowing cold Arctic air to spill southward into the United States. The polar vortex can bring extreme cold, heavy snowfall, and strong winds, creating hazardous conditions for millions. This is a serious weather event. The combination of heavy snowfall, icy roads, and bone-chilling temperatures will make travel treacherous and could lead to widespread power outages. It's crucial to take this warning seriously and prepare accordingly. Millions of Americans are at risk. From the bustling streets of major cities to rural communities, everyone needs to take precautions. Stock up on essential supplies, ensure your home is properly insulated, and check on vulnerable neighbors and family members. This is not a drill. The National Weather Service has issued multiple warnings, and emergency services are on high alert. Stay tuned to local news and weather updates for the latest information and instructions. We're talking about life-threatening temperatures. Prolonged exposure to these conditions can lead to frostbite and hypothermia in a matter of minutes. Dress in layers, cover exposed skin, and limit time spent outdoors. Some areas could see wind chills of -50 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind chill factor will make it feel even colder than the actual temperature, increasing the risk of frostbite and other cold-related injuries. That's colder than parts of Alaska. This Arctic blast will bring temperatures that rival those of the coldest regions on Earth. It's a stark reminder of the power and unpredictability of nature. This deep freeze will impact a huge swath of the country. From the northern plains to the southern states, no region will be spared. The cold front will stretch across thousands of miles, affecting millions of people, from the Midwest to the East Coast and even parts of the South. Areas unaccustomed to such extreme cold will experience unusual snowfall and icy conditions. Stay tuned for updates as the situation develops. Your safety is our top priority. Follow safety tips for extreme cold, such as keeping an emergency kit in your car, staying indoors during the worst of the storm, and using space heaters safely. Prepare now to protect yourself and your loved ones. This is a developing weather emergency. Make sure you're prepared. Keep an eye on weather forecasts. Heed all warnings and take action to stay safe. Emergency services are ready to respond, but your preparedness can make all the difference. Stay informed and stay safe. We'll continue to provide updates as this historic freeze unfolds. Remember, your safety is paramount. Take this seriously, and together we'll weather this storm. What exactly is a polar vortex? This term might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's a real and powerful weather phenomenon. It's a large area of low pressure and cold air swirling around the polar regions. Imagine a massive whirlpool of frigid air constantly rotating. It usually circles the Arctic, staying confined to the polar regions. This circulation is a normal part of our planet's atmospheric dynamics. Think of it like a giant spinning top of cold air. Sometimes this vortex weakens, and when it does, it can have significant impacts on the weather far beyond the Arctic. When this happens, the cold air can escape. This escape is not just a gentle drift, it's more like a sudden burst of icy air. It then spills down into North America, bringing with it a dramatic drop in temperatures. This movement can affect millions of people. That's when we see these extreme winter conditions. Heavy snowfalls, biting winds, and dangerously low temperatures become the norm. This particular polar vortex is exceptionally strong. It's not just a typical winter chill, it's a deep freeze that can disrupt daily life. It's bringing with it the coldest air in decades. Historical weather data shows that such intense cold fronts are rare, but can be incredibly impactful. This is not your average cold snap. It's a severe weather event that can pose serious risks to health and safety. The jet stream, a band of strong winds high in the atmosphere, is helping to push this Arctic air southward. This interaction between the polar vortex and the jet stream is crucial in understanding the spread of cold air. This is a rare and dangerous combination. The convergence of these atmospheric forces can lead to some of the most challenging winter weather conditions we face. The impact of this polar vortex is massive. Over 235 million Americans are in its path. That's almost 3/4 of the country. The Midwest is expected to be hit the hardest. States like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois could see record-breaking low temperatures. But the East Coast won't be spared. Cities like New York, Boston, and Philadelphia are all bracing for the extreme cold. Even the usually milder South is at risk, with temperatures expected to plummet. This is a coast-to-coast event. It's crucial to take this weather threat seriously, no matter where you live in the affected area. The extreme cold puts a huge strain on infrastructure. Heating systems will be working overtime. This could lead to equipment failures and outages. Demand for natural gas and electricity will skyrocket. This could lead to shortages and rolling blackouts. It's important to conserve energy as much as possible. Local officials are urging residents to prepare for potential heating outages. Have blankets, warm clothing, and alternative heating sources ready. This is a critical time to check on your neighbors, especially the elderly and those with young children. Make sure they have adequate heat and supplies. Section 5. Power grid under pressure blackouts, a growing concern. The power grid is already under stress. The extreme cold will push it to its limits. Power outages are a real possibility. Frozen power lines and equipment failures are a major concern. High demand for heating could overload the system. Utility companies are preparing for the worst. They're bringing in extra crews and equipment. They're also asking customers to conserve energy. It's important to be prepared for power outages. Have flashlights, batteries, and a battery-powered radio on hand. Know how to stay warm and safe without power. Section 6. Winter Storm Enzo, a southern surprise. As if the polar vortex wasn't enough, another weather system is adding to the chaos. Winter Storm Enzo is bringing heavy snow and ice to the southern U.S. This is highly unusual for states like Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. They're not equipped for this kind of winter weather. Enzo is creating dangerous travel conditions. Roads are slick and icy. Visibility is reduced. Airports are experiencing delays and cancellations. The storm is also threatening to disrupt infrastructure. Power outages are possible. There's also a risk of frozen pipes and water damage. Section 7. Frostbite and hypothermia, the invisible dangers of extreme cold. The extreme cold isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Prolonged exposure can lead to frostbite and hypothermia. Frostbite is an injury caused by freezing of the skin and underlying tissues. It most commonly affects the fingers, toes, nose, ears, cheeks, and chin. Hypothermia is a dangerous drop in body temperature. It occurs when the body loses heat faster than it can produce it. Symptoms include shivering, confusion, and slurred speech. It's crucial to limit your time outdoors. If you must go outside, dress in layers and cover exposed skin. Watch for signs of frostbite and hypothermia. Section 8. Staying safe in the cold essential tips for survival. Here are some tips to stay safe during this extreme cold snap. Stay indoors as much as possible. Dress in layers of warm clothing. Cover exposed skin, including your head, face, and hands. Drink plenty of fluids to stay hydrated. Avoid strenuous activities outdoors. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly and those with young children. Be aware of the signs of frostbite and hypothermia. If you experience a power outage, stay warm and safe by using blankets, sleeping bags, and alternative heating sources. Remember, your safety is paramount. Take these precautions seriously. Section 9. Weathering the storm, a call for preparation and vigilance. As we face the harsh realities of winter, it's essential to understand the gravity of the situation and the steps we need to take to ensure our safety and the safety of those around us. This is a historic weather event with potentially life-threatening consequences. The severity of this storm cannot be overstated, and it demands our full attention and preparedness. It's crucial to be prepared and stay informed. Follow these simple steps to safeguard yourself and your loved ones during this challenging time. Staying informed is the first and most critical step in weathering any storm. 1. Stay informed about the latest weather updates from reliable sources like the National Weather Service and your local news. Regularly check weather apps, watch news reports, and listen to updates from meteorologists to stay ahead of the storm. 2. Prepare your home by insulating windows and doors, stocking up on food and water, and having a plan in case of a power outage. Ensure that your home is well insulated to keep the cold out and the warmth in. Stock up on essential supplies, including non-perishable food items, bottled water, and medications. 3. Check on your neighbors. particularly those who are elderly or have young children. In times of severe weather, community support is invaluable. Make sure that those who may need extra help are not left alone and have everything they need to stay safe and warm. 4. Limit your time outdoors and dress in layers if you must go outside. The cold can be dangerous, and frostbite and hypothermia are real risks. If you need to venture out, wear multiple layers of clothing, including hats, gloves, and scarves, to protect yourself from the elements. This polar vortex is a stark reminder of the power of nature. The extreme cold and heavy snowfall are a testament to the unpredictable and often overwhelming force of winter weather. By taking the necessary precautions, we can weather this storm together. Community resilience and cooperation are key to overcoming the challenges posed by severe weather. When we work together and support one another, we can ensure that everyone stays safe and warm. Stay safe and stay warm, America. Remember, preparation and vigilance are our best defenses against the harshness of winter. Let's come together as a community to face this storm head-on and emerge stronger.